Okay, so picking a game engine. This feels like it should be a 5-minute decision, and instead it turns into a rabbit hole of forum threads and 15 YouTube videos, including apparently this one, all telling you something slightly different. There is no single correct answer here, and I'm not going to pretend there is. But let's talk through how I'd actually think about it, what matters, and which engine tends to win for which kind of project, with real current pricing, not numbers some video quoted 2 years ago that are now completely wrong. Before Unity versus Unreal versus Godot, three things are worth thinking through. Can you code, or are you planning to learn? Every major engine now has some visual scripting option, Unreal's blueprints being the strongest of the bunch, but even that has a real learning curve, so don't expect to open any of these and instantly know what you are doing on day one. Second, and honestly the most underrated factor, community size. Not which engine is technically stronger, but which one has the most tutorials and forum answers for when you get stuck, which you will constantly on stuff that feels like it should be simple. The gap between finding an answer in 5 minutes and giving up for the night usually comes down to this, not raw engine quality. Third, what you are actually making. A tiny two-dimensional puzzle game and an open world survival game want genuinely different tools and chasing the best engine in the abstract. Ignoring this is how people end up fighting their engine for months instead of making their game. Quick cheat sheet, making something 2D, Unity and Godot are both great. Something 3D and visually ambitious, Unreal, no contest. Multiplayer or a big open world, also in Unreal. Want the fastest path from idea to playable thing? GameMaker. Unity is the one most beginners start with, and for good reason. It's the most beginner friendly of the bunch, with more tutorials floating around than anything else, simply because it's been the default for so long. Its 2D tools are genuinely first class, not an afterthought, and the asset store is enormous. There is a real chance someone's already built and sold the thing you are trying to make. It's quietly everywhere, too. Pokemon Go runs on it. So does Hollow Knight. So does Cuphead. Pricing. Unity Personal is completely free under $200,000 a year in revenue or funding, which covers basically everyone watching this. Past that, Unity Pro runs about $2,310 a year per seat. One beginner trap. Unity makes you choose a rendering pipeline early on, and for almost everyone starting out, that's URP, not HDRP. Also worth knowing, Unity tried charging a fee per install back in 2023, which caused a real developer exodus. They walked most of it back, but it's a big part of why the next engine grew as fast as it did. Unreal is Epic's engine, the Fortnite people, and its whole identities make it look incredible. Think Black Myth, Wukong levels of wait, that's real time? You'll see it behind big AAA consoles titles, but increasingly in film, architecture, and product visualization too, because the rendering is genuinely that convincing now. Pricing is a completely different model, free to download and use, and Epic only takes a 5% royalty once your game crosses $1 million in lifetime revenue. Below that, you owe nothing, which is a great deal for a solo dev just starting out. The trade-off is a real learning curve, a heavier interface, and a computer that'll work a lot harder than it does running Unity. The underdog having a wild couple of years. Godot is free and open source in the fullest sense. MIT license, zero royalties, zero seed fees, forever at any revenue level. It used to be a niche hobbyist tool, but after Unity's pricing controversy, a wave of developers landed here, and it's grown fast enough that it actually just overtook Unity as the most used engine at one of the biggest annual game jams. And in Unity's 9-year streak at the top, Brotato, Cassette Beasts, and Domekeeper are proof it ships real commercial hits now, not just tech demos. It's strongest in 2D right now. 3D is younger but improving fast. One real wrinkle, no official console support, since Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo require closed SDKs that can't legally be part of an open source project. You'd go through a third-party middleware like W4 Games instead, priced per project. Quick mention, GameMaker is the 2D specialist that's simple and the fastest path from idea to prototype. Undertale and Hyperlight Drifter both came out of it. Pricing is simple too, free to learn, a one-time $99.99 fee to sell commercially, no royalties. The catch is basically no real 3D support and a smaller community than the big three. If none of these four feel right, Construct, Default, and RPG Maker are worth a look for narrower, more specific jobs. Honest answer, there is no universal right choice, only a right choice for your project and how you like to work. The only way to really know is to spend a weekend in a couple of these and see which one fights you less. I've been building my own mobile game in Unity, documenting it in devlogs right here on the channel, and that pick came down to exactly this stuff. Mobile first, endless tutorials for when I inevitably get stuck, and pricing that made sense for where I'm at right now. That won't be right for everyone, so don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. Pick one, build something small and dumb, and you'll learn more in a weekend than from 10 more comparison videos. Let me know in the comments which one you are learning toward.